Yes, okay, thank you for that. Can we move on to the next one, please, B, Councillor Tennant?
We move that Hartlepool Council elected members recognise the results of the EU referendum on June 23rd, 2016 and call upon Her Majesty's Government to invoke Article 50 at the earliest opportunity. In order to know where we stand financially in the years after Brexit becomes a reality, it is important for this borough to seek central government funding from the savings made by no longer having to contribute to EU funding.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder, please? Councillor Hine, if you wish to speak.
No, second.
Thank you. Councillor Christopher Spellchair.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm happy with the content of the motion, and I would like to add to it through an amendment to say at the end of it that we also call upon the government to commit to the £350 million per week investment into the NHS outlined in the pledges of the Leave campaign, and we request a commitment that the European funding is replaced with regional funding based on need, having regard to the levels of deprivation in towns like Hartlepool.
Councillor Riddle.
Yeah, irrespective of the amendment, I'm kind of frustrated by the original motion, not because you could put one forward. In some respect, I'm grateful that they have, having some of their members of Sandwich Council to but I do think this motion seriously misunderstands what Hartlepool councillors are elected to do. We live in a town, as I mentioned, with serious challenges. I'm not going to name them all, but there's unemployment, education for achievement, health issues, to name them three. And as 33 councillors, we're at the sharp end of that working with our offices to try and address those challenges. We're local councillors. We don't work in central government. We certainly don't work in the European Parliament. And when people ring me, they ask, well, why is my thing being emptied, or are you getting anywhere with free parking initiative people trying to pursue? No one in Hartlepool has ever contacted me as a councillor asking me to speed up Britain's Brexit from the European Union. And right now, I can tell you this, because if you read about this, you'll find out that our government is already working very, very hard to organise Brexit. And I am no fan of the Conservative Party, but I do know that they have a team of 393,000 civil servants trying to execute Brexit. And they are trying to unpick 12,295 EU regulations and over 50 separate trade deals. So, it's a very complicated process. It can't be rushed. It certainly can't be done 3 months after a referendum. Already Whitehall has advertised for 300 negotiators, trade specialists to strengthen their team. PricewaterhouseCoopers and the others have calculated we're talking about, just in the financial sector in this country alone, a potential £12 billion situation. Brexit negotiations need to be slow, cautious, careful and well organised. And remember this, without being into some clip, what action are we expecting to happen here? Us as Hartlepool councillors send a letter to Theresa May. She reads it, or on Barclay, they really think we should speed up, we should move quicker. Does she get on the phone to Angela Merkel to do that? It's a waste of time. So with respect, as much as I do welcome the participation from the UKIP Council, my suggestion would be you withdraw this motion because it's a waste of everyone's time.
Councillor Wells.
I think I'm feeling quite light-headed, Mr. Mayor. I found myself agreeing with Councillor not for the first time tonight. I must admit, when I seen this motion, I suddenly wondered whether I'd actually died and went to the House of Commons. But quite simply, I don't believe it's our place. I think I mentioned this at the very first time that there was something mentioned by the 2 UKIP councillors at the time, which they proposed that we, as an authority, should support Brexit. I think I explained at the time, I didn't really understand it then, and even after the vote, I'm still struggling to try and come to terms with what it was all about. All I would say is the next time I get an invite down to Downing Street, I'll maybe mention it to the Prime Minister, because I think it'll have more effect than us sending a letter.
Councillor Springer.
70%, thank you, Chair. 70%, I think that's the right figure, it's half 68, I would say it's true correction, 68 point something. The people of Hartlepool said they wanted Brexit. And I keep getting people asking me, what are you doing about it? And I know there's not a lot we can do other than urge, and this is what I think this motion is all about, urge the local council to just say to the local government, The people of Hartlepool, not only of Hartlepool, but of the North East, want to get this thing over and done with quickly. And we get the impression that they're dragging their feet. Now, I know there's negotiations, we understand that. There's got to be a bit of unravelling. But at the end of the day, the people of Hartlepool, and this keeps on coming up, this is what the people want of our town. Not what we want, but what they want. We may agree with them, but that's what they want. And I keep on hearing this over and over again. I'm just saying, I think it's a sensible motion. It's not triple trifle. It's necessary, just as part of the message on to those who are in authority about that we want this thing dealt with very quickly. Please don't drag your feet. We understand stuff, but we want to get on with it. That's what the people of Hartlepool want.
Thank you. There has been an amendment to the original motion. Yes, Councillor Tennant.
I'd like to make an amendment to the amendment. If possible, to accept Christopher's amendment without the statement of the 350 million NHS.
Please, colleagues, if you don't mind, please, no one switching the microphone.
I don't agree to the amendment, my amendment.
I must be one side in my head as well, because I think I agree with Christopher Belcher that if we're going to put this motion forward tonight, it has to come with the caveats that have been put forward. It's as simple as that. What I am at the loss at is how this motion's actually ended up on the table tonight. Because the night of the thousand dancers, when we tried to have a debate on Brexit, Europe and that, and it was prevented. Yet we seem to be doing very the same now. I'm not too sure why. I don't really want an explanation. I'm just puzzled that it's here. But we are where we are, as they all say.
Sorry, but if you go on to throw up with an explanation.
I'd be delighted, and I'm sure the people in the gallery will as well.
Chair, the reason actually why the motion previously was not allowed, which obviously we asked for support for basically Brexit, was because it would defend against the ultimate code of publicity. Because obviously we were then actually in the realms actually dealing with the referendum. We now post referendum.
Thank you. Right. You're not accepting the amendment. So, we've got to have a vote on the amendment.
Chair, the amendment
The amendment, we'll have a vote on the amendment that was put forward by Councillor Christopher Belcher. I was going to repeat it again for those who are not aware.
The motion reads as it is, with an amendment that we call upon the government to commit to the £350 million per week investment into the NHS outlined in the pledges of the Leave campaign, and we request a commitment that the European funding is replaced with regional funding based on need, having regard for the levels of deprivation in towns like Hartlepool.
So we all know what it is, right? Can I have a show of hands, please? All those in favour of the amendment? On the original motion by Councillor Tennant, yes, Councillor Tennant.
Well, in that case, we'd like to withdraw the...
We did that more than an hour ago.